Sticky Trifle Podcast. Welcome to the Sticky Trifle Podcast.
And it's a 19th of July. We're just about the end of July, if you think about it. And our guest today is very talented, and they can play instruments. I wonder who that could be.
Sticky Trifle Podcast.
Sticky Trifle. And welcome. Now, I'm amazed we're actually in somebody's garden. We're actually in somebody's garden there, and it's Bundy. I call you Bundy, and you've got a real name, which is it Alan?
It is. It's Alan Reid.
Alan Reid.
My Sunday name.
Okay, but Abdi Kenji is Bundy.
Aye.
And possibly because you play guitar, because you're quite a common face around the Broch.
Aye. I
Now,
could say that.
But before we get going, I like my guests to feel comfortable, and I've got some Lipton Green
What?
Iced Tea. I don't know if that's your
Thank you
scene.
very much.
It's maybe not your scene, Alan, but
No, I'm into that.
I'm just going to crack that open before we get going with Sticky Trifle Podcast.
Sticky Trifle.
It's better. I feel better already. Right now, let's start. We're here in your garden. I'm not sure if you're a flower person, or it might tell me you're with a female.
That would.
Are you a gardener?
I'm not a gardener at all.
You're not a
No,
gardener.
but my wife does like flowers.
So you're married? You're married?
I am married indeed. Yes.
Okay, and how much kids you got?
So I've got two kids.
Two kids.
One is 7. That's Darcy, and one is 3. That's Ezra.
So Darcy and Ezra.
Ezra. Aye.
That's very posh names, I would say.
Aye.
Aye.
I'm
So
a posh person.
I think you are. I think you probably are. Okay. Now, how did you meet your wife, by the way?
Well, I kenned her for a long time. We actually met up in a caravan site in Falkabers when we were kids, but we didn't start going then. Once we started going, that was after a Stone Roses tribute gig through the Lemon Tree. Met her on the bus on the way home, and it wasn't quite sparks flew, but that was.
So you was quite crafty. You fancied her.
Aye.
Aye. But you didn't tell her until later on.
Well, I taken me a good 6 month skirting about until we finally got her.
Right. Okay. And what about pets with your family? Any pets?
No, but we are actually looking for a dog just now. So if there's anybody that is breeding Alsatians, give us a shout. We're after one of them.
Alsatians. If you've got one, you Bundy a shout, and he'll sing you a song for free.
Aye.
Right now, moving on. You're great on guitar. You're very entertaining when you're singing.
Thank you very much.
But when did this passion start with guitar?
I was always into music.
Like what type of music?
Well, for a start, when I was a kid, I used to listen to the choruses. You kind of chorus?
The guys with the beards?
Aye, Scottish
yeah,
folk music.
Aye, okay.
Used to listen to them. And then I played the piano when I was primary 5. Gave it up and took up a trumpet, because the trumpet was a cooler instrument back then.
So, now see this instrument. Far was the driving force? Far was telling you about this instrument? Or you just got interested in them yourself?
Well, it's probably my sister, to be honest. My sister was really musical, and she used to sing all the time. She was always singing, so I think it actually came from my sister.
Now, it's great you're touching that, because you was quite young at the time. Now, you probably hadn't a clue if I was a couple of years back when I met you in pubs or whatever when you was doing your gigging. But your family used to bide in Brodick Road.
Aye, that's
which
right.
is for my family bed.
Mm-hmm.
And we was a few doors down, but I didn't ken you at the time, okay, but I ken your brother James.
Aye.
And I ken your sister Catherine. And if you didn't mind me saying, James was actually a pal of mine back in the day, back from 10 year old. and you kind of lost him, did you?
We did, aye. That was it was quite tragic actually. It wasn't fine. I don't mind speaking about it though. He was doing fishing in Shields, and he fell over the side. It was a really icy night, and he had slipped.
Which I remember hearing about.
Aye.
So see, what age was you when you lost him?
So how old was I? 7 years ago. So I would have been 28.
How
29.
was that hard? It must have been hard on you though. Now
it was tough. I mean, my brother was my hero when I was a kid, when I was a bairn. And obviously, if you grow up with somebody, you didn't really expect it. You just expect them to always be there, especially if it's your older brother. I think it'll be quite tough next year, because next year he was 37 when he died. I'm going to be 37 next year. So I think that's going to be quite tough. But it was, I mean, there's never a nice way of losing somebody.
No,
it was quite unexpected, and nobody seen it coming, because there wasn't any warning signs or anything. It was just a case of woke up on a Saturday, and for one of my friends.
Does some of your music at times, is there certain songs that maybe slightly reflect that loss in if that's alright, man?
Oh, aye. I mean, a lot of the country music that I play, that was, my brother really loved country music, and in particular Free Fallin'. He always used to ask me for Free Fallin'.
Was that Tom Petty?
Tom Petty, aye.
Tom Petty and the Heartbreaker?
That's the one, aye. He loved Tom Petty and Heartbreaker. So me and my brother had very different music tastes, but there was certain places that overlapped. And Tom Petty was one of them. For years I didn't play Tom Petty live for that reason, but I've started playing it again, and I quite like playing it now. The first few times it was really difficult, but now I think it's quite a nice fitting tribute, so I'm glad that I do.
I love you saying about a tribute here, because it's the same way like going to graveyards. I had an issue, we always going to graveyards and funerals before, and now I'm starting to realise there should be happy moments, and you should feel at peace. And okay, there should be sadness at times, but I think if you take out things and you turn them into positives, it makes you feel better, like you're doing with your music.
It gives you the closure. I think you do need to. I think once you lose somebody, you do need to be with other people, and you need to speak things through. As much as I didn't particularly like speaking about things that are sad or upsetting, I would rather just kind of, and the Scottish way, just put them down in that jar.
And I had to mention it because I've got a wee past history with you, even though you didn't even care about that. But I probably seen you as a baby in your nappy, Edouard and that. And you must have been, what's that boy? But anyway, that was years ago, back in Brodick Road here in the Broch. Now, moving back into the guitar stuff, this isn't your full-time job either, is it?
No, it's not. I'm actually a teacher, 9 to 5. That's my real job.
And so, is it here in the Broch?
No, it's in Mintla Academy.
Okay.
I'm a guidance teacher through in Mintla. I've never taught in the Broch. I'm not sure if I could actually teach in my own tune.
I might care why. Is it because you'd be going about and you could bump into audience?
That's exactly
you like your private life.
I do, I do.
Exactly. And I don't blame you. I care exactly how you feel. So the teaching aspects, what is it you're teaching?
Well, originally I was an RMPS teacher. I was trained in religious, moral and philosophical studies. It's about a movie. Wow. But I only did that for a year, and then I went into SFL, which is Support for Learning, in Peterhead. The reason I went into there was there was no jobs, and I'm a total homebird. I want to stay in the Broch.
A bit like myself, yeah.
Aye, I shifted to Aberdeen for a wee while, but shifted back pretty quickly.
Right, okay. And that's the other thing, when you're travelling in Ireland, it can sometimes wear you down.
Aye.
I think it's like an extra pressure about being here on time at other places, while when you're not far from your work, it makes it a lot easier. Plus your own lifestyle.
There's other family in that as well, Ken. My wife's got a big family, I've got a big family, I've got a lot of friends here. I love the people of the Broch. I'm a Brocher through and through. I really love the place.
This is what I like hearing. I think you're one of the first folk to mention about that, so it's really fine to hear that. Now, the music really, you've got a real passion for playing your music.
Aye.
What was your first song you released? Do you mind the first song you released?
Well, it was actually not long ago. The first song I wrote was called Come Home. That was back when I was 18. But I just took out an album 2 years ago or last year. So that would have been the first thing. So the first thing that came out was Sunny Days. If you look it up on YouTube and Facebook, there's a really nice shots of the Broch Beach and the Broch coastline.
So
and stuff
Bundy,
as well.
Bundy is on Facebook and YouTube, is that right?
Aye. So it's Bundy Music on YouTube and Bundy Broch.
Now, if it happens if somebody was saying, I'm wanting to buy a song, is it? How could they find it? Apple?
Well, there's Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon, pretty much all the digital platforms. Also, I can give you a hard copy. If you contact me on Facebook, I've got some CDs, if that's your thing.
He's really professional.
I don't reckon if somebody works the CDs now, but I like the CDs.
Right, okay. Now, the songwriting. When you're writing the songs, how do you get a chance? Because you've got 2 kids running about lately. I mean, I'm speaking about, and you've got your wife going, hey, if you didn't ask floors, if you wanted the floors. So, how do you write your songs?
I'm not sure. They're just kind of, usually when you've got a song, it'll stay in your head for a wee while, and then it doesn't take me long to actually write it down because I'll hit it in my head for a wee while. So, I mean, I do get opportunities. If the kids are, once kids are in their beds, then I would give me a chance. Also, if I'm, shouldn't say this, but sometimes when I'm at work, I'll sometimes just rattle it out a wee in a post-it note.
But that's a good thing. When you're at work, sometimes your mind can't be 8 hours a day or 12 hours, whatever it is, concentrating on at work thing. There's got to be other thoughts come into your mind.
Aye.
And I presume that you get a lot of inspiration at times there. And is there something clicks and you think, oh, that's actually an bad chorus line or something?
Well, a lot of my music is about people. I love people. I think, and once you're in teaching, I meet a lot of people and a lot of different types of people. So quite often I'll meet somebody and it'll just sort of give me a wee idea that, I think I fly, and then that'll just turn into a song. Sometimes it wouldn't be fit I started with. It'll be a different product altogether if I end up with, but it's always people that spark it.
Now, obviously, been married. Is it Kate or Katie?
Katie.
You've been married to her. Does she like your? Have you got a love song for her? That's what I mean.
I do. I do. I've given her a couple of songs.
Did she like it?
She did like it. I hope so. Anyway, we played it. Played it for her at my wedding. And then three songs I've got.
And then when you're in the car, she sticks on Westlife.
Aye.
Right. How do you find the boy bands nowadays? Anyway, things like that, pop music. You didn't listen to?
No, well, I didn't really like it, but I've got a wee bit of a thing for Little Mix. My daughter's right into Little Mix. I shouldn't be admitting I say that.
They're a great band.
But it's I found myself in a car, just myself say, take a look at my secret potion.
Black
Make
magic.
sure nobody's looking.
Black magic. And that's the thing, when you've got kids, you've got to be fair with them because they like pop music.
Aye.
And it's like, it would be awful selfish to turn the radio off and go, oh, I don't like that song.
That's it. As long as if they're into music, then I'm not really fussed what kind of music it is. As long as they listen to music, and if it makes them happy, then it makes me happy. So I've broadened my music taste since I used to be quite snobby with my music taste. It would always just be guitar music. But since I've had kids, I've kind of mellowed up a wee bit in that.
Now, the thing I noticed with you're would you class yourself as a solo artist?
Aye.
Have you been in groups in the past?
I have been in groups.
What happened there? Was it near for you?
No, well, I mean, the first group I was in was Alibi, and I really loved that band, and we never actually officially split up. What happened was 3 of the 4 of us went ashore. So I think in this corner, if you're getting a band together, you're always competing with the fact that fishing or isle industry or whatever it might be, a lot of folk work away from home and trying to get everybody together for a gig. After that I was playing with the Colours, that was just me and another guy.
I mind the Colours band. Was you Cheers a lot and things like that?
Aye.
Yep. Okay.
We were quite busy and I really did enjoy that, but I think it just run its course. I started just wanting to kind of get back to songwriting, and I quite enjoy playing myself as well.
So is the future always just going to be Bundy? Or would you be open if somebody went, listen, we're forming a new, would you?
No, I would be open to that. I would never say never. I love playing with musicians. The thing about playing with other folk is it's the best way you learn. And all the times that I've come on in my guitar playing or my singing, it's always been because of other folk. I didn't really sit and read books about it or try and learn lessons or things like that. It's just kind of learning for other musicians. And the best way of learning is for other people. So I would never rule it out. I'd never say never. And I mean, it's always a pleasure to work with other people. And so I'm always open to work with other people. So I would never close the door.
That's great. And to ken you're open to that is, it shows you're quite an open person. You'd listen to somebody, yeah?
Aye.
If this is listen, I'm thinking about this. How do you feel about young bands nowadays, if you've heard on others.
I guess there's some brilliant bands going about right now.
Is there some bodies in there?
There's, well, I did again.
It's alright, you didn't have to say names.
I kind of think of one of the bands that I've went and seen young bands and I thought they're now very good. I can't mind the last time that I thought it was probably when I was a young, arrogant musician myself.
Right.
But some of the bands going about right now are brilliant, really, really good. In particular, two that I kind of stopped listening to, Fraserburgh or Dude Trips and Bleach, HCP.
Hold on, if it's a first in car?
Dude Trips.
Dude Trips.
Dude Trips, aye, they're doing quite well.
Okay.
I used to play football with the guy who plays the bass and Dude Trips, but they're kind of like a, if you like Blink 182, that sort of Scottish punk type stuff, it's really good.
Does that mean they'd be quite shouty at times? No?
No, really, no. They would be quite heavy at times, but I didn't think they'd be shouty. They really remind me in Twin Atlantic, if you've heard of them.
I've heard of Twin Atlantic.
That's sort of, they remind me of them. Really, really good musicians, really tight, really well done. And also Bleach, HCP is the other band.
Now Bleach, I have heard of Bleach. There's a guy, he kind of shouts a bit.
They are a bit shouty,
yeah, they're a bit
but
shouty.
I like it.
So if you're a other person, you might not want to be checking out. So now going back to the music once more, you've done a lot of albums.
Well, I've done quite a lot of stuff, but I've only released one album as yet.
So I thought it was more than one album.
No, just a one.
Just a one.
It feels like more because I've been doing it for so long.
That's the thing, because you've been doing a broch for quite a lot of years now, gigs, you know.
Well, I worked out this year. It's half my life, so 18 years I've been gigging in a broch and running about.
And how does that interact with your home lifestyle? Is your wife alright with that?
Aye. I mean, I did cut back this last year, so I just did 2 a month. But she's really supportive. She's spot on.
Because it can be quite time consuming, is it? Especially if Fridays, Saturday nights, and you're out late at night, and you find it hard. I don't care about you, but when I've done DJing stuff in the past, I found it hard to get my adrenaline coming down.
Aye.
After you've been out and you're boom and you've got loud music going and a fuck, hey! So you Sam, do you find that slightly?
I do quite struggle with it actually, because if you've been playing some way, usually I've been travelled some way now, and a car journey on the way home is kind of a white unwind, but I always find the scenes I lie down in my bed in the silence, you can just hear that.
Yeah. So, speaking about that, because this is probably your main interest, is it?
Aye.
You're doing that, but is there anything else that takes you away for it? If you're thinking, I'm not in the mood to be playing a day, if other interests would, or is it just spend time with the kids and that?
I will spend time with the kids. I quite like to try and keep fit. It's not been very great all this lockdown, to be honest, because I like company. I quite like going out to the gym. I've got a wee gym in the garage, but as I say, I've never been very good at it because I like the company. Yep. But I've ended up getting a bike, and I've quite enjoyed biking out the line to clear my head. That's,
is it a road bike, mountain bike?
Yeah, a mountain bike. So
great, another cycler.
Well, I'm just brand new though. I just bought a second-hand bike. I wouldn't quite call my cycler.
But that's the thing. You never forget how to go a bike. Once you've been on it, if you're younger, but if you're older and you've never been on it, it's a nightmare, can't it?
Aye.
So it's great. You're getting into cycling a wee bit, and that's something else that might progress with you. Now, before we go, I was wanting to also speak about like religion. Are you a religious guy?
This is quite a tough question to answer
because
for me.
I don't care, right? But I think your sister, she's religious.
She would go to church. I wouldn't discount religion. I've never been to the church for quite a while, but my kids would go to Sunday school. I go to church to see them and so on. I was raised in a church, and to be honest, quite a lot of the music probably did come from the church. That was kind of where I started singing and playing a guitar as well. In fact, the first band, I forgot to mention that, was actually a band that was a Christian band.
So there is actually, if we go back to childhood, probably is a wee bit motivations came for the church in a way.
Well, aye. I mean,
music.
It's a place that's full of music.
But it's helped you evolve into the person, artist you want to be.
Oh, aye. I mean, it played a huge part of my life. My mum and dad, my family, they've all went to church. They're all Christians. So it's played a huge part. And plus, moving into the kind of religious and moral education, teaching it, a lot of that was because I had the knowledge. I knew. I'd been raised with other stories. I ken the Bible. So I also quite a lot of artists that I'm into have got a heavy religious influence, like Leonard Cohen. A lot of Leonard Cohen stuff is is very much based on the Bible, and the influence of Christianity in the Bible in Scotland is huge. A lot of folks see it as the negative influence, the kind of hate between the Catholics and Protestants, but there's so much more than that. The church brought us free education, it taught everybody how to read, it's got a massive influence in our culture.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you a personal question.
And I like
since we're on that subject, do you believe in God?
I do, yes, I do.
And do you believe in life after death?
I do. I was a while identified as agnostic because I just was wanting to sit in the fence, I wasn't sure. But there is definitely something. I mean, there can't be, this can't be here for nothing, surely. It doesn't seem to make sense. I think even people that are atheists can still be quite spiritualists, and they also believe that there is something higher, a higher purpose, so there is absolutely something.
So do you actually reckon when you die, hopefully it's not too far, hopefully it's not too distant future, but when you go, do you reckon your spirit lives on somehow and maybe watches over your family?
Well, I'd quite like to think that.
I'm hoping that now.
It is a hopeful thing. I mean, it's hard because there isn't really hard evidence for it or hard evidence against it. But I do like to think that there is a little part of you lives on somehow. Certainly in your kids. Your stories, for every day in this life, whether we live on or no, for every day it will live on in some form. The decisions and the actions that you take have got consequences that reach beyond you.
And I dare say you're maybe putting clues in this songs you're singing. If folk listens closer, there might be even clues. Some of them. There is quite a lot of that. Aye. Right, I had a feeling. You're a clever guy, Alan. Right, I just like calling you Bundy, by the way.
Aye, no, that's fine. That's I think the only person that calls me Alan nowadays is my mum.
Your wife doesn't call you Bundy, does she?
She does, aye. She met me as Bundy.
I'll maybe come in by the way and see if it happens in this.
Quite a lot of my nieces and my nephews as well. They call me Bundy as well. So it's I quite like being called Bundy. It's been with me for quite a while, so we'll stick with that.
Right, we're gonna wish you all the best for the future and hope you get back gigging soon.
Hopefully, aye.
And usually at this time I'd begin
Sticky Trifle.
But however, you've got a guitar here.
I have indeed, aye.
So I think we're going to, we might as well hear this guitar, should we?
Aye, no, I'm happy with that, aye, sounds good to me. Rather than it being an
What are you going to want to play, if you want to play something?
Well, I think I'm going to play a song that I just wrote last week because it seems to have taken off a wee bit.
Now, if I mind right, I'm pretty sure it's this Scottish kind of sound.
It is, aye.
Is it a Doric song?
The Doric song, aye.
Is that the name of
it? The Doric Min it was called.
The Doric Min?
Min. The Doric Min.
Right. Can't wait for us.
Well, basically it came about, I'd kind of decided to write a song in Doric, and I put a thing on Facebook, asked everybody their favourite words, and then just tried to smash them into one song. So some of it doesn't really make sense, but it does to us.
Okay, here we go, Bundy.
Okay. I hail from North East Scotland, for we speak a dialect. It isn't proper English, it's the Doric word instead. We and I... Oh no!
Go for it again, start again.
Oh me. I hail from North East Scotland, for we speak a dialect. It isn't proper English, it's the Doric work instead. We hae nae boys and girls and we me that's just fine, cause we hae a heap of rare loons and half a bonny quines. We speak the Doric, we weldy till we dee. We can fit and we love a bosey. I dinna say who, what, why, where, when. I say forfeit, why, how, and how you can. I will never ask you, how do you do? But I want to ken fit like you are, and I want to ken your news. Cause we speak the Doric, we weldy till we dee. We can fit, and we love a bosey. When I was just a wee loon at the Broch Academy, there was a home ec teacher by the name of Misery. She tried safe to change my tongue and punish me each day. Detention for an hour ken, but the Doric it did stay. Hey, we speak the Doric, we weldy till we dee. We can fit, and we love a bosey. That's the best verse. I kent a contumacious man, he was a strushel brute. He scalped me o'er the log and kicked a fit bit off my stroop. But as he swung his crete, he carpet and did far. So I ran across and I kicked his dock and then I ran awa. We spake the Doric, we weldy till we dee. We can fit and we love a bosey. Oh, the bonny sing-song Doric tongue, I will change it for no one, and it will still be thriving after I indeed am gone. 'Cause English is alright, you see, but it doesn't quite cut it. If I'm funat, sconat, glicket, or I'm clarin' dubs and mucket. We speak the Doric, we weldy till we dee. We can fit, and we love a bosey.
Thank you very much for being a guest.
Yeah, brother.
And Bundy will hopefully be back gigging soon.
Aye, hopefully. Cheers
That
for
was
having me.
brilliant.
Thank you very much.
Second time lucky here. Thank you very much. Right, and we'll see you next week.
Sticky Trifle Podcast.
Sticky Trifle Podcast will return next week.
And thank you once again to my guest, Bundy. And isn't it strange how some people come back for your childhood to your future? And he was one of them. Oh, and by the way, next week we might hear our first exclusive with a couple on a podcast. Stay positive and see you next week. Bye.